Well, hello, I'm Accidental CISO, and we're back for another episode of Throttle Therapy. These are about the twistiest road I got around here. You just saw all of it, both turns. That's all I get. No, it's still pretty around here, even though we don't have real twisty roads. Continuing my discussion today on burnout, and I want to talk about how it affected me and my life and my health. Burnout affected me in several ways. You know, the constant stress destroyed my sleep. I did not sleep well at all, and I know there's the running joke about the, you know, CISO doesn't sleep, and the CEO and the COO and the CFO and stuff, they all get to sleep, but the CISO is, you know, the one that's up all night worrying about stuff. And I was up all night worrying about stuff, but it wasn't the security of the company that I was worried about. I felt like I did a good job building my security program and operating my security program, and you know, we were in a pretty good place there. It wasn't the stress of, you know, what if the company gets hacked that was keeping me up. It was the stress of the politics and the workload and not having the energy to face the next day. It got to a point where it was ruining my Sundays, because I would start to stress about Monday by, you know, afternoon or so on Sunday. I would toss and turn Sunday night just thinking about the next week and everything that there was to do and all of the support that I needed to provide to other parts of the organization and the things that I was going to need them to do for me to support my initiatives as well. And but the stress that I had wasn't specific to just one day or 1 week. As we went through that, you know, thankfully I did not self-medicate myself with alcohol to an extreme. Folks that know me on Twitter know that I do enjoy bourbon and rye and scotch, but I was very careful because I recognized the stress and everything that I was going through, and I made sure that I didn't allow myself to go and drink heavily. But there's a lot of folks that experience what I was experiencing that don't necessarily have that awareness or, you know, strength, what have you. And so I consider myself really, really lucky. Though I will say that, you know, there were 2-3 nights a week where I would sip just a little bit of whiskey and kind of take the edge off. But what I've realized since I started my recovery was how alcohol also can affect sleep and those types of things. Another way that it affected me was I gained weight. I just did not have the mental capacity to prepare food. Started going to restaurants a lot, not eating terribly healthy, focusing on convenience, whatever was the easiest thing, the least amount of mental load to feed myself. And that sucks. It really does. You know, and add in there the comfort aspect of food, gaining weight as well, because I was, you know, eating sweets and goodies and those types of things to feel better. In addition to gaining weight, my blood pressure went up. The doctor noticed that one. I quit doing hobbies and things that I enjoyed. Riding a motorcycle was one of the few things that I did because it was so good at relieving stress. It really literally was my therapy. But I stopped doing photography. I stopped doing anything with amateur radio. Really struggled to spend quality time with my kids just because I didn't have the patience that I needed. So even though I spent time with them, it really wasn't what they needed from me, and that was sad for me, that I felt like I really wasn't there for them. As I mentioned in the prior video, my son came to me at one point and said that he missed me, and I was working from home in the house, and my son felt it necessary to tell me that he missed me. I didn't go fishing. I didn't go hiking. I didn't do the outdoor things that I like doing. A lot of stuff. And on top of the burnout, one of the things that compounded it for me was ADHD. I was finally diagnosed in late 2019 with ADHD, and actually got the help I needed for that. And that bought me some time. Getting medication for that reduced some of the energy that it took that I was expending just to force myself to focus on things. And by reducing that load of the energy that it took to force myself to focus, it bought me another 8 months or so before I got to a point where I just had to do something. And you know, folks ask me, why are you talking about this? Why are you being this open and honest? But the reason that I got help for ADHD, the reason that I realized what was going on with me and with burnout, was because other people were talking about it. It took other people talking about these things to get me to see and recognize that that's what I was also dealing with. And I hope that by talking openly and transparently about it, that I can at least help even just one person recognize what they're dealing with, and maybe put some words to things that they've been feeling and haven't been able to, because it's difficult when you're that tired and that wiped out. You know, the self-awareness is just gone, and it's really, really difficult to analyze what you feel and how you feel and why you feel that. And sometimes just having somebody else talk about it and just, you know, nod your head and say, huh, yeah, that's what I'm feeling. Maybe that's what this is, to get you thinking down that road. So that's it for this video. If you think that some of this will help somebody that you know, please share the video. Like and subscribe if you would. I'm going to keep making videos and putting them out there, and subscribe if you don't want to miss them. I'll be back in the next video, but until then, this is Accidental CISO, and I'm out.